Hey guys, this is Bob Perez with Legacy FC giving you some technical advice, and today we're talking about dirty boxing. Dirty boxing is very simple, yet at the same time very complex, and just little intricacies that can make a world of difference. Now, I learned these techniques probably 12, 13 years ago, doing seminars that, I'd go travel and learn because it just wasn't being taught. There's some really good stuff that I picked up, and it's stuff that we've used over the years. So dirty boxing, I think people just kind of think, oh, we're tied up and we just bang. That's not the case. Dirty boxing, for the most part, is just referring to under-over position, generally on the fence or on ropes. And it's dirty because it's dirty. We're not fighting, technically or pretty like we would on the outside. So this overhook position here is the one that's going to be doing the attacks. Now, one of the biggest things that I see people do incorrectly is that they'll release the overhook and they just kind of start punching. Now, granted, they're scoring, but they're really not doing much damage. And one, they're hitting, in the back of the head. Can be illegal. It could hurt the opponent. It could hurt your hand. It's not very smart to do. So what we have to remember at all times when dirty boxing is that we have to be aware of where our opponent's head is. And guess what? It's right by ours. So what we need to do, as silly as this sounds, I always preface it with that, is that we punch our own face, or we aim at our own face, and we simply move back. So as I release the overhook, I'm going to aim towards my face, move back, land, and protect. Once again, doing this because I know where his head's at. It's right by mine. So I release and move. I'm going a little faster. 1, 2. A little faster. 1, 2. So I'm scoring in a good position here, making good contact, especially with MMA gloves, and coming right back. But when you drill this, guys, definitely you want to use big gloves if you're going to make contact. Now, that's one of my favorite ways to do this. Another thing that we can do to always know where the head is at is to actually use a head spike, using the top of the forehead to control his head. Now, Cain Velasquez, I always refer to this. Cain used this really well against his last fight with Dos Santos. Go back and watch the fight. He's here. And it's always good for the shorter guy to do this. This works really well. You're going to change levels. As you change levels, you use the top of the forehead. Once again, it's called the head spike. You spike it up, you attack, and you're protected. Once again, change levels, lift, attack. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got the head spike now. We've talked about missing your face. We've talked about the head spike. Let's talk about attacking the body really quick. People will sit there and with this overhook, just kind of tap away, chip away, which is fine. But if we're going to punch, let's punch. Out, palm down, corkscrew in, overhook. Palm down, corkscrew in, overhook. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Using your first knuckle with your MMA glove, it's very painful. Right here is where you're going to corkscrew in. Another thing we do from dirty boxing, instead of having the head here, we have the head a little lower. For whatever reason, you feel more comfortable here. One, we always have to address the knee, be very careful with that. We are slightly protected here. But if the head is lower and you have flexible shoulders, we can still score and frustrate our opponent. I'm going to release the overhook, punch behind my head, making contact, coming right back. Release, punch, back. Punch, punch, back. Release, punch, back. So it's frustrating. It's a good way to score. Last thing we're going to do is utilize the Cuban uppercut to finish this movement. Regular uppercut, change levels, come up, driving upward. Cuban uppercut is used with the top part of the hand here, and we just kind of roll it up, loose in the shoulder. So we use our dirty boxing here, underhook, overhook. I'm going to punch around, and I'm going to come this way to show you. I'm going to punch around his head, making contact. He can't take too many, and look what he does naturally. He buries his head in my chest to protect himself. I step back, Cuban uppercut. So from this angle, underhook, overhook. And it should be noted, when I have that underhook, it's not here, guys. It's here to control the arm better, okay? So from here, behind the head, again behind the head, he buries. I step back, right there. And, I might not finish the guy, but it will catch him on the chin or bust up that nose. And more than anything, it's a way to frustrate your opponent. So guys, there's a few tips for dirty boxing. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.